But you make two more plays, and you're feeling a lot better today than what we did. So, hindsight, going back and looking at that, like, that doesn't excuse the loss, and there's a reason why things happen. But man, you make a couple of plays, and all of a sudden you feel a lot different today than the way we feel. I thought some of our young receivers stepped up. That was encouraging. I thought Cephas made some plays. St. Brown. Leaf did a heck of a job out there, not only as a receiver, as a punt returner, as a blocker. And, and I thought our D line up front are for the most part, played pretty good, but too many mistakes, too many errors. Go ahead.
Hey, Dan, good afternoon. We saw Taylor Decker, doing some stuff on the side last week. Obviously went through a kind of pregame workout. Looks like he's maybe getting a little bit closer. Do you expect him back this week, or is it too soon to tell yet?
Yeah, I think it's highly unlikely.
Mike O'Hara.
I'm just getting on. Hey, Coach, what would traditionally be the 1 quarter point of the season in a 16-game season? I just wonder, when you look back at the first 4 games, has this been tougher than you thought? I wouldn't say on schedule, but just your general overall feeling about how this is going.
No, I mean, look, I was prepared for however it flowed. Of course, I'm an optimistic person, and I have high expectations, but I also understand that things may not go the way that you want them to go. That's life, and so no. I mean, look, I would love to be 4-0 right now, but I'm not. Look, I'm still not discouraged, and I still go back to what I said. I mean, even as bad as some of the plays that we put on tape yesterday, we're 2 plays away from winning that game, and so, that's on us. We got to learn how to win and how to close out, some of these drives, and we will. We got to be better on 3rd down, all these. But no, I don't. I don't have expectations as far as like, well, man, all of a sudden this is harder than I thought it was going to be. Man, I was prepared for either way.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep.
Dave.
Hey, Dan, just my computer cut out there. I just want to make sure you said highly unlikely for Taylor. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Just being clear there. What happened with Ragnow exactly?
Yeah, he's got basically a version of turf toe right now is what he's got. We'll know a lot more this afternoon with him. I would say he's probably going to be out, though.
I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't real clear. I guess on that play, was it something on the play? Was he dealing with it before?
No, it happened before that.
Okay. Yeah, we just saw him, obviously, the snap and then sort of come off, so didn't know where that was. Mm-hmm. And just to confirm, Romeo, Achilles done for the year with that?
Yes, he is. We hate that for Rome's, man. I tell you what, man, the way he works and everything that he's put into this, he's a top-notch pro, and I hate it for him, and I hate it for our team. But I know he'll come back better than ever next year.
Yeah. The other question I have for you was, there's been a lot of focus on your decision making of late, as I'm sure you know. And you always say, you're.
No, actually, I didn't know that. I have not read anything. So are you telling me that people are critical of my decision making?
I think they're debating it. Whether some of the 4th down calls in particular, whether it was right to go for it, kick, whatever. Yep. Certainly some people are critical, but the point is, I guess, you say you follow your gut a lot, but a lot of these do at least follow the analytics, the math of it. So I was curious, what do you do? Like, how do you study for these decisions? Do you study analytics during the week or take a class in the off season, or how do you sort of get into that mindset of knowing what's right and what's wrong?
No, I think, look, there's already a set of numbers that tell you when and where. And I think from that, you just go flow the game and then trust in your team is kind of where it goes. And for me, we the first one we get down there offensively, 3rd down, and it's the botch snap, that whole debacle. And then, once we get down there again, I just feel like, hey, man, it's 4th down. We're down here tight. Let's go for it. Let's get a touchdown. If we don't, we got them pinned. It's easy to say hindsight, well, those 4 trips, maybe we just kicked 4 field goals. But then I bet you guys would be real critical then But look, I go back to what I said about it. I just felt like it was the right thing to do. But I'll be honest with you, last night I go back and I look, and I'm looking at all of our third downs from the first 4 games, our fourth downs, and if that's what we're going to do moving forward, I was trying to give us an upper hand. Well, you know what? I need to look at that, and we got to be a lot better, and we're going to have to live in that world in practice. That's going to have to be the main focus for us to continue down that road. Those are the facts. Because we're not good enough there right now, third and fourth down, 2 to 3.
Does it matter to you that the math is on your side? I mean, is that because it has been on these fourth down calls, it seems like that's always been the right thing to do, to go for it.
Yeah, it certainly does. And that's how I wanted to start the season. But we're not good enough right now. We're not functioning well enough right now, or efficiently well enough to continue down that road until we really try to work on it. And then let's see if we can improve it and get it to where we want. So we're going to have to make a serious focal point on this area to continue that way. Those are the facts.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Justin?
Hey, Dan, now that you've lost Romeo and that kind of follows Jeff, those are 2 foundational pieces of the defense. So how difficult is it to build long-term what you guys are trying to do from a vision standpoint when you lose 2, of your, I guess, handful of foundational pieces on that side of the ball?
Well, luckily we still have a lot of young guys here that are still in line that we have a lot of faith in, a lot of hope for, and that we know they'll grow and we think can become pretty good players in time. And I mean, shoot, man, look, we still like Bobby Price, man. The kid's talented. He works his rear off. We just moved him to safety to corner right before we even started the season, and we like him. Look, we like Jerry Jacobs. Shoot. You talk about outside linebacker, we like AB. Charles is doing well. I mean, we still have people here that we think can help us, and they have something to work with. And those are the guys that look. My job is to try to get the most out of these guys that are in this building right now, and so we're going to do that. But we like a lot of these young guys.
I know Calvin Shepard was saying a couple weeks ago, it's unusual that you were able to carry 5 outside linebackers on the roster into the season. Do you feel good with your depth there now that even with Romeo out, or can Cornell or Hand or Eric Banks, the guy you picked up Friday, can any of them help with maybe some of that edge setting outside linebacker responsibility?
I do like I like our depth. I feel pretty good about it. I think that, there's a chance we get Trey back this week, so that helps. And then, look, we can always shift. To your point, look, we can always go a little bigger, a little heavier, a little more 4 down front type things. And so we've got flexibility. We can move in any direction we need to move in per our personnel and our depth. And so, yeah, look, we're going to make this work.
Thanks, Dan.
Yep.
Corey?
Hey, good afternoon, Dan. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, you had a couple of short yardage situations, like a 30-second in the 30-second in the second half, and obviously the fourth one to end the game. And he put the ball in Goff's hands to go out and make a play. But with Jamal Williams running so well, close to about 5 yards per carry, is there going to be any situation down the line where you put the ball in his hands? Because it seems like in a couple of those short yardage situations, you let Goff go ahead and try to make a play.
Yeah, Corey, that was kind of one of the things I was saying is that, all of that stuff, we're going to reevaluate all of our third and short type situations, and figure out exactly what we need to do, what's going to be best for us moving forward. And look, I don't disagree with you in the fact, look, Jamal ran his rear off yesterday. I mean, he was on point, and so, look, it's certainly something we're going to look at.
Thank you.
Yep.
Guys, we have time for 2 more. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, Dan. You've said a bunch this year and again yesterday that you need these young guys to grow at, I think, drastic rate was your term. Obviously, if that was easy to do, you just do it all the time with all your young guys and have them come along super fast. So how do you make that happen, especially if, you go through a couple of weeks where maybe the progress isn't where you need it to be?
Yeah, well, some of these guys, it may be time to make a shift, but that doesn't mean that we dislike anybody. Maybe they're not just quite ready, and you move to somebody else. And in the meantime, when they do come in, you're giving them just a couple of things that they can handle and know that their skill set and what they're able to do. You're kind of catering to them a little bit, if you will. That way, they're able to develop, but you're not putting too much on them. And so there again, I mean, we got to be selective on how we do it. No, it's not easy, but that's also that's part of the game here. So we're looking at every avenue right now. There again, we do have a lot of young guys, but if we've got to tailor some back for these guys, we got to pull some reps back on some of these guys. And just really try to, condense the box for them a little bit. We'll do that. So they'll still continue to get a little bit better, but we're not putting so much on them that they're not ready for. We'll do it. We're looking at every avenue, Chris.
Thanks, Dan.
Yep.
Okay, last one for Pat.
Hi, Dan. Derek Barnes had a few tackles yesterday, including one for loss. Amon-Ra St. Brown got some good exposure with 8 targets. How encouraged are you that you're getting contributions from the late round draft picks, the guys who are getting taken in the 5th and 6th round? How important is that to building what you want to build here?
Yeah, it is important, Pat, but I think it's not even so much the draft picks as it is the rookies. Anytime we can get production out of the rookies and growth, that helps us. It'll help us as we continue down the road this year and then certainly in the next year. So, look, I agree. Barnes did some good things. St. Brown did as well. I thought Jerry Jacobs did some good things. I know Aleem's a 3rd-round pick, but I thought he played his best game of the season. So those things are encouraging when you see that. Those are encouraging.
All right, guys, that's all we have for right now. If you guys can hop off,